Piss off! Everybody piss off here. Oh my god, I just wasted 8 years of my life trying to sort this connection problem out. Well, guess what the problem was? I was like, why isn't it connecting? Why isn't it connecting? What's the problem with my Wi-Fi? I go over there, and guess what? It's turned off. And I've wasted 8 years of my life trying to sort this out. Oh my god. Oh my Fuck off. I've had enough of this today. Right. Anyways, we've got quite a bit to go through today. We've got some more transfer news regarding another player, a fast player, an attacking winger, another name mentioned by Gianluca Di Marzio, MINTEH from Feyenoord, our good old friends Feyenoord. Not only do we beat them, we also steal their players. That's how bad they are. Also, we've got a breaking news. Was I was doing this pain in the ass problem with my Wi-Fi, I was searching up some Roma news, and we've got some breaking news because Roma have found an agreement with Standard Liège from Belgium to buy our second goalkeeper, Bodar. So we'll definitely give a little opinion on that. And then obviously Spinazzola is on the verge of leaving. A lot of sources are saying that he's closing in with Napoli. Conte really wants him. So that's interesting because I really do not see Spinazzola under Conte. I really don't. I don't, because Conte is somebody who gets everything out of these players, his players, and Spinazzola is not fit at all. So I might be wrong here, but it's just a match which I don't see work out really well. But Conte really wants him, and Roma have said they're not in plans of extending his contract. So yeah, Spinazzola could leave. Belotti also agreement found with Como. Belotti said yes, 5 million plus add-ons, and that should be happening in the next couple of days. As always, hit the like, please do if you haven't already. Also, I just do want to say, I apologize if I've not been that consistent these past few weeks, and if the quality of these live streams, the chats, and the quality wasn't amazing. I ain't gonna lie, these past few weeks, if you're part of the fan forum, you will know, they were rough, because yesterday, after, 18 years of my life, after 15 years of having spent my entire lifetime in the same exact building at school, with the same exact teachers and the same exact friends, I actually finished school forever yesterday, and yeah, it hit on me pretty hard. So yeah, I'm sorry if I've been a little bit inconsistent and if the quality dropped. I will be back, and yes, more transfer news are gonna come. Of course, as we get into the juicier part of the transfer period, also when the season restarts, stadium vlogs, challenges, and all of that. So I apologize for that, but I hope everybody understands. Let's get into this. Right, MINTEH. Di Marzio is reporting this. Di Marzio reported this yesterday. Hello to everybody in the chat, by the way. I can read you all. So yeah, Di Marzio reported this name. I remember him. I remember him because he played against us, home and away. He is another one of those players who I would definitely say, characteristics-wise, the player we need. If I'm not wrong, I remember reading a post on Instagram. It's like those statistic posts, graphics, which basically said a few months ago how MINTEH was the player in the Eredivisie, the Holland league, who beat the fastest record in terms of speed with the ball. And I think when you look at him and when you analyze him, speed is massive. He is a very, very, very fast player, and he's fast with and without the ball. And that is kind of what we need. That is kind of what we need, and that's kind of what De Rossi wants. Because not only did De Rossi play a large majority of his career at Roma with very good wingers and very fast wingers, and that definitely will have influenced his managerial thoughts and opinions, but it's kind of how he wants to play. He wants to play with a 4-3-3 up front. he wants to play with a 4-3-3 formation, which means you need to have fast players on the wingers who are not only fast without the ball, but can be pretty agile with the ball beneath their feet as well. Dribble, cut in the box, shoot, and all of that. He's coming from 11 goals and 6 assists in 36 Feyenoord appearances this season. I don't think the stats are too bad. I don't think he's a bad player. He's on loan at Feyenoord from Newcastle. However, I always have a bit of doubts when I look at these questions, because when I look at these deals, because I am struggling to understand the price tags that these clubs are making up for these players. I'm genuinely amazed at how brave these football teams and football clubs are at actually asking such a lot of money for a player who is playing in a shit league, let's be honest. Had a few good stats, yes, but he's never played with Newcastle. And yet Newcastle are valuing him at 30 million. And Newcastle want 30 million. And I just don't get this. I don't get why we can't do this with our players as well. Yes, I know our players don't have a market. Yes, I know half of our players that we want to sell, really nobody wants them. And I really understand this, that you kind of can do this when you've got a lot of competition around the players. And I understand the fact that nobody wants our players because the second lines of our team are shit. But it amazes me how Newcastle, who have loaned this guy to Feyenoord, and this guy has never played 1 minute with Newcastle, as far as I'm aware of, scored 11 goals with Feyenoord, great stats for his first season, but in a farmers league, and then all of a sudden they can ask 30 million. And this is unfortunately where I think the problem here is. We've been linked with so many names, but in these past weeks, but we don't have the courage of actually offering 30 million for these players. And as much as I'm the first one to say that if we want to invest, we're going to put the money on the table. Let's face it. If we want to try and compete with Atalanta, Inter, Milan, Juventus, Napoli, we need to put the money on the table. We need to start investing. But I also understand that being skeptical about spending 30 million on a player who, yes, has had a good season, but you can't be asking 30 million for this guy. And this is where it happened with him, it happened with Riquelme. These are all names that we've considered and that we are considering, because they are true. Di Marzio's announced all of these names, and for people who aren't aware, Di Marzio speaks with Ghisolfi. Di Marzio used to speak with Thiago Pinto, so Di Marzio is a very reliable source. But I understand why we've been linked with so many names, and not all of them, in fact none of them, are actually advanced into more concrete talks, because the value of these players that these clubs decide are just too exaggerated and pumped up. But again, in terms of characteristics, I really don't mind him. It's just about, do I want to spend 30 million on this guy? Do I want to? Do I want to spend 30 million on this guy? Because let's not forget that, yes, Chiesa has got more competition, but Juventus are asking 30 million for Chiesa as well. And if I gotta spend 30 million on MINTEH or 30 million on Chiesa, I don't think it should even be a question. So again, it's that phase where, unfortunately, I've said this already, but it's a very boring phase of the transfer window, which is why I have zero interest in making these videos. I hate to break this, but yeah, I genuinely could not speak about these things. Yeah, because I don't think June is a proper month of transfer talks. I really don't. I think June is about bullshit transfer moves. And July, mid-July, end of July, start of August is where the real stuff happens. But yeah, also, moving on, Spinazzola. Spinazzola is going to leave Roma. The Fredkins have said that they do not want to extend his contract, which is understandable, considering the project they want to follow and this need of clearing out the wages for players who don't represent the wages that they earn on the pitch with their performances, when we want to clear out some of our depths. So yes, I agree. I wouldn't have extended Spinazzola's contract ever, and I fully agree on this. Problem is, if we don't extend Spinazzola's contract, then we also need to add another left back on our transfer list, and that it's going to accumulate a lot of players. So we will need to buy a lot of players. The more players we sell, the more players we need to buy. So that's 100% what needs to happen. But yeah, Conte, Napoli wants Spinazzola. According to some sources, Napoli are actually closing in on this deal. Again, it's kind of the Conte move. I would have never imagined Conte wanting a player who's half the time injured and sitting on the bench, because Conte is, in terms of manager, in terms of training sessions, he's not a generous manager. He's somebody who wants the best out of each and every player. And his training sessions, especially in year one, in the preseason of year one, to get things starting, to get things going, are very heavy preseasons. So I think it's a bit risk for Napoli, because Spinazzola does earn quite a bit, and as we've seen these past seasons, the wages that he earns aren't respected on the pitch with his performances. Spinazzola was an incredible player, but after that Achilles tendon injury, he was never the same. It's the problem with these bad injuries. Same with Zaniolo. Zaniolo's another one. You could argue Chiesa is another one as well. Strootman, back a few years ago when he had that ACL injury. These are injuries, ACLs, Achilles tendons, and all of that are not easy injuries. And these are injuries which put you out of the football pitch for so long that whenever you come back, you're tormented with muscle injuries or with muscle strains, because you're kept out for so long. You'll see Berardi, when he's going to be back from this injury, the same exact injury as Spinazzola, you're going to see that Berardi is going to be half the player he was. I'll be very interested to see where Berardi goes now that Sassuolo are relegated. But yeah, Berardi after this injury is never going to be the same. He's never going to get the call-up from Italy again. And he's never going to actually have the same impact. So I'm actually surprised that a manager like Conte wants him, but maybe he wants experience on that flank, and Spinazzola can be the one. In terms of money, again, Spinazzola's contract is running out, so it would be a free agent move. The only little logic of having extended Spinazzola's contract would have been extend the contract and then sell him so you can get some money from it. That would have been the only logic. But keeping Spinazzola, I was already opposed to this back in the mid season. He earns a lot, and we're going through this sustainability process that doesn't allow us to keep Spinazzola when he plays half the games in a season, and some of these games he doesn't play well when he's one of the top earners in this club. It's not something that we can do. It's something that we need to stop. It's something that the Friedkins are trying to stop from piling on. The amount of depths that Monchi, that Pallotta, that Petracchi all left when they were at Roma, giving so many wages to useless players, and Zonzi, and then I look at all of the useless players that these directors bought and these ownerships bought. The Friedkins are here to try to clear this out, trying to stop this piling up. So I am not complaining. I agree. I think Spinazzola's contract shouldn't have been extended. I mean, look, maybe it should have been extended, but then to sell him so that we can cash in. I would have never given Spinazzola another chance. It's not me trying to hate on him. It's me trying to say that Spinazzola's not the same, and we need a fresher person. We need a fresher player with fresher legs, less injuries, and as I always say, more consistency. So that's that. A little breaking news also, we've got an agreement found between us and Standard Liège from Belgium when it comes to second goalkeeper. An agreement has been found between Roma and Standard Liège for Arnaud Bodor, who will be the vice of Mile Zvilor. The only thing that needs to happen is now the details between the manager and his agent. in terms of wage and all of that, but it won't be a problem because I bet you to go from standard Liège to Roma is going to be a massive jump in his career. So yeah, fun fact on this goalkeeper, he actually scored a goal. Unusual because goalkeepers don't usually score goals. We know a few who have scored goals. Provedel and Allison, I can name a few. But yeah, this guy has actually scored a goal, which is doesn't make him a massive goalkeeper, of course, but it's a little fun fact that I wanted to share. He's a second goalkeeper. You know what? I actually like the connection in this because Arnaud Baudard, let's see his age. He's 26 years old and he's from Belgium. Now, I know Zvilor is a bit of an international lad. He's half Serbian and half Zvilor technically plays and would play with the Serbian national team, but Zvilor is Belgium as well. And I think these are things that when you want to pair two players up, it's actually a good move. Having a first goalkeeper from the same country as the second goalkeeper. You know why? Because the fact that they can speak the same language means that Zvilor can help Baudard a lot. So this makes sense. I am not in a position to judge him because, of course, nobody is in a position to judge him unless you are a standard Liège fan. I bet you nobody here has ever watched this goalkeeper play. But from his nationality, the fact that he's Belgian as Zvilor, it's chemistry, it's connection. I'm not sure if this is done on purpose. But he's 26 years old. The important thing to consider here is the Rui Patricio won't stay. I think I would have given it a little chance of Rui Patricio staying as a second goalkeeper. But the problem here is the same. It's this new phase of I need to clear out everybody who has a high wage and doesn't respect the wages that I give to them on the pitch. This is going to be a massive key to this summer's transfer window. Clearing players and clearing their high wages. Rui Patricio earned a lot of money. Rui Patricio was one of the top earners at this football club. He was very, very, very wished by Mourinho in his first year. So even though I wouldn't have completely opposed Rui Patricio staying as a second goalkeeper, because he's experienced, he did get a call up for the Portuguese national team, and he kind of acted as a father to Zvilor in these past months, I wouldn't have opposed this at all. I wouldn't have minded Rui Patricio to stay as a second goalkeeper. But it's this constant fact of, he's a top earner, he's never respected the wages I paid him, I gotta clear him out. I need to stop these debts from piling on, because the less debts we have, you'll see, the more money we will end up spending in the transfer window. So it's kind of like this. So it looks like the first signing of this summer window is going to be, in fact, this goalkeeper, second goalkeeper. Was it a priority? No, it's not. Was this an opportunity? Yes, it was. We ended and we exploited this opportunity to get it done quick. In terms of other top earners that want to get cleared out, Belotti is a very, very big top earner. And this is what I was saying in the last live stream. If we can sell Belotti to Como, who we bought for $0 because he was a free agent when he signed for us, and he was a massive top earner at this football club. If we can sell him to a newly promoted side, who are a very rich newly promoted side, because Como are the richest ownership in Italy, then, and we can get 5 million for him, who's barely ever scored a goal with us and barely ever scored a goal in his experience at Fiorentina, 5 million plus add-ons for Belotti is golden. It's like gold dripping from the sky. So take it and run away. And as I said last time, there were rumours and news that Belotti didn't want to join Como. Now, if I'm Belotti, right, now I know maybe Como isn't Fiorentina because they're not playing the Conference League. But what I will say is, Como are not going to get relegated next season. Como are not going to get relegated next season. Como are in the Serie A to stay because they're the richest ownership in Italy and probably one of the richest ownerships in the world. They're owned by, I believe they're owned by like it's either two American businessmen or two like businessmen from Singapore or Malaysia, and they are extremely rich. And their manager is a massive name, Fabregas. Thierry Henry holds a stake at the football club. It's a very big wow football club. The location of Como is unbelievable, probably one of the best locations in Italy, where the only people who have villas around Lake Como or multi-billionaires or influencers or famous American actors. Why on earth would Belotti, who's got a wife, who's coming towards the end of his career, nobody wants him, he's got 2 children, why on earth would he say no to such a big opportunity? I'm going to say this now, Como are not going to get relegated, and Belotti would be the centre of the attention of that team. Living in one of the best regions in Italy, wage is going to be pretty big because they're a very rich ownership. What do you want more? So why would Belotti say no? I don't get this. Say yes. So it's beneficial for you. It's beneficial for Como. And it's also very beneficial for us. Because if we can get 5 million plus add-ons for Belotti, wow. Like that is what I call a Ghisolfi masterclass. So that's that. Yeah. That is that. Thank you, Henricas. MINTEH sounds shit, says Nitsan. We own Feyenoord like how Liverpool owns us, says Himadri. What's the fan forum? The fan forum is a WhatsApp group of Roma Theory. So if anybody wants to be part of the fan forum on WhatsApp, then do send me your phone number with your country's prefix over at info.romatheory@gmail.com and I'll add you to the group. Hi Simo, have you been enjoying the Euros? Oh yeah, I have. I haven't watched yesterday's game because I was at my leavers dinner for the school. But yeah, look, I did. I'm enjoying the Euros. It's a fun tournament. I'm liking it. Italy, what a terrible game against Spain. Like, absolutely terrible. Spalletti turned into Mourinho for that game. But Spain were better. I knew who he was, but I wasn't aware of how good Nico Williams is. Like, I knew who he was, but I always considered him being oh wow, he's a secondary player at Athletic Bilbao. I believe, like, in a video, one of those who I want type of videos at Roma, I believe I also included Nico Williams in it. And then I'm like, how on earth do we even get this guy? He's unbelievable. Like, I'd go as far to say that in that Spain game, he played even better than Lamine Yamal. Di Lorenzo got a headache from that guy. What a player. Nico Williams, what a player. You know what he is? I was actually thinking about this during the game. Nico Williams, now Milan fans are going to absolutely hate this, but real football fans and people who've got good football knowledge will completely agree with me here. Nico Williams is the good version of Rafael Leao. Nico Williams, let me repeat this again, if there are any Milan fans watching this. Nico Williams is the good version, is the better version of Rafael Leao. That's a statement. That's a fact. Full stop. He's unbelievable. But yeah, look, I do think Italy are going to go through. Do I think Italy are going to win it? No. But we are going to go through. I don't see us losing against Croatia. And even though it doesn't mean much for Spain, I don't see Albania beating Spain. And if Albania don't beat Spain, then we could also lose against Croatia. And we would go through as the best third because of the ranking. So yeah, we are going to go through. Like, unless Albania win 2-0 against Spain, which is classic for Roma fans, and we lose to Croatia, which I don't think we are going to lose against Croatia. I think we're going to go through. I think we're going to go through a second. If we go through a second, it means that we're going to face the second team of Group A. So one between Switzerland, Scotland, and Hungary. and I think we beat them, but then next round we get out. I think Italy is gonna go to the quarterfinals and lose. That's my prediction. If we win the tournament, I'm gonna get the date tapped on my ass. No, I'm kidding. I'll only get tattoos if Roma win anything. Not that I don't care about Italy, but I already lived Italy winning the Euros. Like, I already know what it is, and I was actually quite old. It was like 3 years ago, so it's nothing new for me. I would love to win it, obviously, and I would go insane if we win it, but I'd go half as insane as if Roma wins something. That's why when people ask me, would you rather Roma win the Champions League or Italy win the World Cup? I can't believe some people ask me this question. Fuck the World Cup. Like, Roma winning the Champions League is 1,000 times better than Italy winning the World Cup. It's not even it can't even be a debate, in my opinion. So yeah, I'll definitely, I don't know why I'm speaking about us winning the tournament, because we got humbled by Cucurella 2 days ago. We're not gonna win it. I think quarterfinals and then we go out. But yeah, who do I think is gonna win it? Well, based on these first 2 rounds, I think the favorites are Germany. I have to agree with people who said this. I was not expecting Germany to be this good, actually. Spain also, yes, but the problem with Spain is that Spain are very young. That doesn't mean that they're not good, but experience and how they handle pressure in these massive tournaments is probably the key to everything. So even though Spain are a really good side, half their team is like under 19. So I don't see Spain winning. I think it's between France and Germany. France hasn't been good. I'm going to be honest with you. But France turn up when it counts. So I think France or Germany win. England are not going to win. Oh, England are so bad. It's never going to come home. They could wait. They could get whoever they want in that team. Until they change that manager, they're not going to win absolutely bonkers. You know what? It's actually so funny because everybody thinks England are going to win. England are never going to win anything until that man leaves that team. England will go on and win this after I say this. It's a classic. Now, England aren't going to win. I can put a full stop on that statement. England aren't going to win. It's between Germany and France, in my opinion. Zvor valued at 80 million. Leao is such a diva. No, Leao's a diva. Leao's good, but he's got. I've said this when we beat Milan. Leao's good once every 3 months, so I agree. Leao is a diva. But yeah, right. I'm gonna catch you. I'm gonna catch you tomorrow. I'm sorry if this live stream took quite a bit to kick off. Watch the first 30 seconds of this live stream to understand what happened. I went literally insane. Like, I was literally gonna go insane because the Wi-Fi wasn't working, and then I go in the other room and guess what? It was turned off. And these are little details which make me go insane. But yeah, I'm schoolless. As I said at the start, I have officially finished school. I'm very sad that it's over, but I'm ready for what's next. So this definitely will give me more time, these next few days, to film some videos. I'm going to the beach on Monday for a few days, but I'll definitely film some update videos. And then when I'm back, I'll probably film some ranking videos and all of that. So yeah. Don't worry, we've got the summer to go through. I just can't wait till the season restarts, let's be honest. This is so boring. I can't be dealing with this shit transfer window anymore. I just want the season to get back going. I want to go back to the stadium. I really do miss that. But yeah, I'll talk to you soon. Please do hit the like if you're watching this right now. If you're not watching live and if you're watching this later, please hit the like. I know I say this a lot, but it really does mean everything for this channel to continue and to keep on grinding. So if everybody can take 2 seconds to just click the link, the thumbs up down below, it would be absolutely amazing. Also subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll talk to you soon. Matthew says Fabrizio tweet. Let me read the Fabrizio tweet and then I'll end it, shall we? Let's do it. Let's do it. Is it about Roma? I think it is. I think it's about the goalkeeper we were speaking about. Surely it is. Yeah. Carmore closing in on deal to sign Andrea Belotti from AS Roma for 4.5 million plus add-ons. Agreement in place, waiting for formal steps. Golden. It's so golden. La 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 la. So yeah, that's a golden move. Right, talk to you soon. Take care. Simo out.